Best External SSD 2020. Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the top 5 best external SSD in this year. I made this list based on my personal opinion and hours of research, and I've listed them based on quality, durability, price, and more. I've included options for every type of consumer, so if you're looking for the best value per dollar or the best product money can buy, we'll have the product for you. If you want more information and updated pricing on the products mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description down below. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Number 1, Samsung T5. What better way to kick off an SSD buying guide than with a product from Samsung? Indeed, this Korean giant is one of the leading suppliers of SSDs, so it's no wonder that they have some external SSDs to offer as well. The product in question is the Samsung T5, an SSD that is clean, simple, compact, and to the point. The metal frame and the rounded edges give off an impression of a sleek and high-quality product, which this SSD most certainly is. Furthermore, it comes in blue and black, with the former being reserved for the 250GB and the 500GB variants, while the latter is only available for 1TB and 2TB versions. Our thoughts about this SSD. Overall, the Samsung T5 is just the simplest no-frills external SSD that you can get. The exterior design is clean and inconspicuous, the frame is sturdy, and it is very lightweight and highly portable. Meanwhile, the performance is the usual 540 MB per second read-write speed that is the norm with NAND SSDs, so it's more than fast enough, at least as far as external storage is concerned. On top of that, it is also cheaper than most other external SSDs, though not by much. Our only qualm with the T5 is that choosing the color is not an option, as blue is only available for the 2 smaller variants and black for the other 2 versions with greater storage capacity. Number 2, SanDisk Extreme. The next model on our list comes from SanDisk, another big name in the digital storage industry. The SSD in question is the SanDisk Extreme, another highly compact external SSD that places an accent on portability. This external SSD (ESSD) has the same 4 storage options like the Samsung T5, while the performance and pricing are roughly on par as well. The key difference here is that the SanDisk Extreme is a bit slimmer, making it easier to carry around in your pocket, and not to mention just how convenient the orange plastic loop is, since it allows for the SSD to be hung conveniently from a clip. Our thoughts about this SSD. So, all in all, the SanDisk Extreme external SSD is essentially the same thing as the Samsung T5, at least as far as the performance and the storage capacity are concerned. The design may be a bit too much for some people, but even if you prefer a simple and clean exterior, there's just no denying, this is the best external SSD if portability is your chief concern. It is also IP55 certified for water and dust resistance, all the while the rubber exterior ensures it won't get damaged easily. In the end, if we had to find something to hold against the SanDisk Extreme, it would once again have to be aesthetic in nature. As already mentioned, not everyone is a fan of detail-heavy designs, especially in compact external products like this. Number 3, WD My Passport. Moving on, we have yet another big name that everyone has undoubtedly heard of, and it's Western Digital. The external SSD of theirs that we'll be taking a look at is the My Passport SSD, which shares its design with the company's My Passport external HDD products. Once again, we are looking at the same NAND performance and roughly the same prices as before, though the My Passport is a bit pricier if you don't catch it at a discount. Design-wise, it is also very slim, lightweight, and comfortable to hold, though it is blockier than most other SSDs. Our thoughts about this SSD. At the end of the day, the WD My Passport SSD is just another NAND SSD that doesn't differ significantly from the 2 preceding models. It offers similar performance and is not significantly more expensive nor significantly larger and heavier. With that said, the main reason as to why you might want to go with this SSD instead of the Samsung T5 or the SanDisk Extreme is the aesthetics. As mentioned above, the My Passport has a unique black-gray exterior and is quite blocky, which may be a good or a bad thing based on how you look at it. One thing that we know for sure is that the My Passport HDDs come in an array of beautiful colors while the SSD, for whatever reason, is stuck with the basic black and gray exterior. Number 4, Samsung X5. And for the final entry, we have yet another model from Samsung, although this one is a much more serious performance-oriented contender. The Samsung X5, unlike the other entries on this list, is not a NAND SSD. Rather, it is an NVMe SSD so fast that it puts the regular NAND models to shame. It is not very large, and while it is quite a bit heavier than most external SSDs, it is still not so heavy as to pose a problem when it comes to portability. It is quite sturdy and shock resistant, though it sadly lacks an IP certificate, something that we would have liked to see in a product this expensive. Our thoughts about this SSD. The Samsung X5 is the best choice if you want the fastest external SSD that money can buy, at least for now. But of course, NVMe SSDs are always quite a bit more expensive than their NAND counterparts, and the X5 is no exception, as it is much pricier than the other external SSDs listed here. Ultimately, the biggest issue with the X5 is its hefty price, though as mentioned above, an IP certificate would have been a welcome addition, especially considering the price. Apart from that, many will notice that the particular design approach that Samsung took with the X5 is a bit unusual, as it is quite angular and flashy. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the video. If you found the video helpful, please remember to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions related to these products, you can leave a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.